Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Disney Brownie video. And in today's video it's all about Sequoia Lodge. We're actually staying here at Sequoia Lodge in Disneyland Paris, of course, but this time actually in the lodges. So this video is going to really give you a lot of information in terms of the lodges, you know, which lodge is sort of the best one to stay in terms of, you know, distance to the park, etc. So I'll give you a lot more information in this video. I'm going to give you a room tour of what it looks like in our lodge room, and then also I'm going to take you along to the main hotel, you know, the main building, show you the facilities around, the pool area, actually go in the pool, and I do show some footage of inside the pool area as well. So I really hope you enjoy today's video. As I say, it's all about Sequoia Lodge.
Help me! Oh, there's no hope for Emily. she's put a towel inside a bra. Help me!
Oh my gosh. The pool's brilliant, really good. I definitely recommend coming during... I won't even tell you what Emily's... Oh my word, we've had fun, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've had a really good time. We've been in the sauna, but you had to book for that because it gets really busy.
No.
And I definitely recommend. Now she's trying to put a jumper on. Put your jumper over a towel. What are you doing? I'm trying to get warm before I get dressed. I have got clothes on under. I've got a costume on under my towel, by the way, just in case anyone thinks I've got nothing under my towel. I have. But what I was going to say is, we've come on an evening and it's been really busy. We had to wait. Did we wait 15 minutes?
Yeah.
15 minutes to get in to the pool, and then obviously there's the slide, isn't there? We're freezing. Anyway, I think I'll just finish what I'm saying now because we're wet and cold.
Something's gone a bit wrong. Nah, I can't laugh enough. You could be laughing if it was you.
I think Emily's missing something.
No, I'm not laughing.
Emily's missing something vital out of her bag.
No, I'm
It might got might got stuck in the locker.
No, you haven't.
Anyway, no, go through the closet. It might be in your bottoms. Anyway, there you go. You see, panic over. What was I actually saying? If you come on an evening, it can be really busy. So maybe taking a bit of time out your part day might be less busy, but who's to say, it might be busy then as well. But yeah, we had to wait to get in, and then we had to book a time slot for the sauna. But that was really good, wasn't it, Emily?
Yeah.
And you really loved the slide, didn't you?
Yeah.
I couldn't really take much footage in there because obviously there's lots of people around, etc. And I just tried to get a little bit of a shot of Emily going down the slide and things, which was really cool. So yeah, overall a really great experience. We've been before. We've been quite a few times, haven't we, Em?
Yeah.
But we're not really this late on an evening. So what time did we come? So the park tonight closed at 9 o'clock, but we came because we don't have a park ticket.
Nah, I'm missing my socks now.
No, your socks and your shoes. Don't panic. The park closes tonight at 9 o'clock, and we went for what, 7? Do you reckon?
7, yeah.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea, really.
Well, we
So
waited till about 4:15 before we
anyway, I'm going to come off this video now. I'm going to go to the next part of Sequoia Lodge because I don't think you need to see any more of my face like this with no makeup on and a close-up vision.
You'll be traumatised by that.
Me and Emily laughing our head off. Anyway, we've had fun, so definitely check out the pool if you're staying at Sequoia Lodge. It's a really good one. a bit of a rainy day, everybody. We've had very, very mixed weather, if I'm honest, here at Easter time 2024. Got my brolly up, look. This does definitely look like a Pixar brolly, but it's not. Just a normal brolly from Amazon, just in case you wondered. But yeah, we've had definitely mixed weather. So this is the reception area here for Sequoia Lodge. Just in front is where you would get, so just over that area there. Excuse the brolly, it's raining at the moment. In front there is where you'd get the buses to the parks. There isn't really that much need to get the bus, but obviously if it's raining, etc., you might want to do that. They should come quite frequent, I think, sort of every 15-20 minutes, I would think. We don't tend to get the buses really, only when we've got the cases arriving. The rest of the time we would just walk, simply about 5 minutes to security, and then another 5 minutes through the village till you get to the Disneyland Hotel and the parks. So not long at all. So this is the reception area. Right in front of you there, that door is where is the luggage. To the right is the reception. This is the side of reception where you can go through on a morning. If you were coming from the lodges, you'd come from around that corner, which is where I've come from. I think there's different ways to come, to be honest, but that's the way I would come, and then go through into the side of reception here. But there is actually security just in front of us there where you put your bags through, and then obviously you can go through near where the shop and the bar area and things into reception. So on arrival, the main reception area is just here right in front of us there. But as I say, you can go through that way, or you can go through the side way if you just obviously get into the parks. This is the main building here of Sequoia Lodge. We've stayed here before in the main area, main building. As I say, go check out our video on our channel if you want to see a room in the main building and what it was like staying there. That's on our channel right now. But as I say, this trip we're staying in the lodges, which we've stayed at quite a few times in the lodges before. So let's head through security and I'll see you in the main building. The shop's right ahead, and the bar is to the left hand side, which I'll show you more in a moment. Just behind us there, just in front there, is the Golden Forest Lounge. So obviously that's if you're paying extra money on your booking. You usually be able to get an upgrade where you pay extra money. Can be quite a lot of hundreds of pounds more, to be fair, but that's where you would go for breakfast and afternoon sort of snacks and things like that. As I say, only if you've actually booked a Golden Forest room. So this is the shop in Sequoia Lodge. What I'll do is I'm just going to go around all of the windows just to show you how wonderful they are, to be honest, and then after that I'll get to some footage where I do go inside the shop on an evening. It's actually quite a good shop here in Sequoia Lodge. I do sell quite a few things, and if I'm honest, I mean, I've noticed with autograph books, certain things like that, they can actually sell more than some of the other shops, say World of Disney, etc. But yeah, the windows are absolutely amazing in terms of all the characters. So I'll get to some footage now when we went inside the shop, just to show you a few bits inside. That's a big squishy wish star. How much is that?
50.
Wow,
I
okay.
think that's actually too
No, it
bad.
probably isn't for the size of it. There's lots of wish things. You've got little ones that really like the movie. Lots of little toy things. There's some things over here as well. I've seen a lot of people with those ears in the park. Wish ears, I think they're 30 out there, I'm sure.
And then all
And
the
other t-shirts.
are like 25 to 30.
Yeah.
This is
But yeah, there's a
36.
bit of a section here on the Wish film. So there's some other standard ears. Just the mini ones. Magician hat, yeah. And then the Paris ones with Chip and Dale. And then some autograph books. I have as much selection here as we do in World of Disney, in fact, probably more.
we're gonna get this one.
Yeah, I like that one. We don't use it for autographs anymore, we just put photos in them. Well, when I get around to doing it. That's a cool suitcase. Especially if you bought loads of merch that you want to take home. 140? Wow, okay. This is cute, I liked this bag. But that's 35 euros seems reasonable. 30 euros for the umbrella. We've got something similar to that. But Yeah, the rucksacks and umbrellas are cute, but quite a lot of money, aren't there? Lots of key rings. Pretty similar to a lot of the World of Disney ones. And then also on the Thunder Mountain shop. I say Thunder Mountain shop, I don't actually know what it's called. But it's opposite Thunder Mountain. A lot of key rings like these are the same. And then this is all the new Disneyland Paris range, which we've seen in a few other places as well. So a lot of the merch is spread out in terms of in different shops as well, so it's not just one unique shop, but there are a few different things there. The ears we've seen in other shops as well, and the lounge fly bag. Cool, right then. And the lounge fly bag's good.
Oh no, I like that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite ones.
Yeah, it does look nice actually. Lots of just basic little treats and things.
Chocolates.
Mugs and glasses. And then lots of other clothes. So, kids' clothes, attractions.
Look,
Guess the movie.
guess the movie. This is Dumbo.
Oh wow. Oh, this is quite a good game. I think it's meant
Pirates.
for. I think to be truthful, I think
Doesn't
it's
matter.
meant for kids.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Dumbo.
Okay. I think Emily's taking this board really seriously.
Terra.
Yeah, definitely is.
That is
Crush.
Crush. There we go.
You see, I'm getting them as well.
Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, I think it's meant for kids, not teenagers and adults. Some more of the Disneyland Paris range, the new Paris range here, and some adult clothing here as well. These seem to be quite popular, these type of things. 70 euros.
We feel thick. They're quite thick.
Oh no, they are thick, but still.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Lots of kiddie things as well. Lots of plush toys.
Oh,
I love that Groot at the top there.
Look at the ER.
Ah,
Cute he is.
it's really squishy. Emily's got a little tiny ER from years and years ago, but
I actually
it's very
love it.
cute. Yeah, lots of plush. Lots of snacks there. I mean, some of the snacks are quite expensive, but you know, if you're anything like Emily and desperate for Doritos, Emily just found some in Pim Kitchen tonight.
Yeah, no, it's because I saw some people with these things and then a Dorito on the top, and I was like, I'm just going to get it for the Dorito.
Yeah.
I walked over there to get it, and there was a massive pile of them.
We were actually just getting the desserts, and Emily spotted the Doritos and nearly fell to the ground. So she's been asking for Doritos since we got here, and I was like, you're going to be home soon.
And not them prices.
No, exactly. We're not going to pay the prices here. Chocolate things are not too bad though. €1.50 to €2 for some of these things.
€5.50.
They're pretty good. Obviously a lot of sweets and bits.
60.
Probably not. Well, I mean it is.
I mean, I feel like that is quite thin, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, when Primark do good ones then. But at the end of the day, you know, you're in Disneyland Paris, you're going to pay these prices. Just see what else is around the corner. Yeah. Lots of postcards here. That's still really nice souvenir to take home with you. And you've got little things like this. You can write little memories on the back or something. You don't have to necessarily send them to people. Don't you think? Like, postcards are still a nice idea. Lots of notebooks and stationery bits. There's some highlighters there, isn't there?
These are €6.
Yeah, and other than that, I think the further back of the shop, there's quite a few people, so I won't film too much more.
It's just soft toys.
Yeah, soft toys, there's water bottles, more mugs and things. Lots of pins here. A lot of people are interested in pins. I wish I'd started collecting them, but I do now think if I start collecting
We
them
have
now,
got a lanyard, but they are going to get expensive.
yeah, I do feel like if I start collecting them, I won't stop. I'll just keep buying them.
How much is each pin?
Well, some of them are not too expensive, maybe like €6-8. So each time you came, it's probably not that expensive, really, if you only had one. But yeah, and there's like this one, Disneyland Paris with the castle. It's a basic one. That's a green. I don't know what they are. Oh no, green is €9. So anywhere between 9, 12 or €15. Yeah. So there's a big range of pins here. We're going to buy that autograph book.
Yeah, we're going to buy this.
Yeah. Brilliant,
Look
okay.
for some Doritos as well.
No, definitely no Doritos. Right, we're going to buy this autograph book now, and I'll get to the next section here in Sequoia Lodge. This is where the Disney characters meet on a morning between 8:15 and 11 o'clock. That's your backdrop there. So I think it can be people like Max. I know he's been here before. I'm not sure what other characters are there at the moment. This is all the Redwood Bar. A really lovely bar, to be honest. Probably one of my favourite bars in Disneyland Paris. It's really cosy and it's so wonderful. There, the fireplace, are wonderful in the middle of winter when it's freezing cold. When they have the fire going, it's amazing. Lovely cosy bar area. And then this is all the reception area. Lovely theming. So that's where you would check in. And all the reception area, and then the concierge just there ahead. Toilets just to the side here, left hand side, and then you've got the most vital thing of all for definite, which is a water machine. Very few and far between right now in the parks. Usually they've got the fountains working in the parks. This time in March and April 2024 they don't have the water fountains working. This has been a godsend. Every trip that we've had in Sequoia, we've come here on a morning, on a night to fill our water bottles up. So a definite plus point. So don't forget this if you're staying in Sequoia. Some lovely cosy areas around as well, just to sit. How cute is that, look? The Chippendale. Just for kiddies to play, have a little chill. And now we're going to make our way down the stairs to go to the parks. Today we're going to the studios. It's raining. I'll try and show you when I get further down there, but that's Hunter's Grill, the restaurant here at Sequoia Lodge. I'm not too fussed about it, if I'm honest. We've been before, not that keen, but some people might like it. It's a buffet style restaurant. Some amazing theming here at Sequoia Lodge for definite. And if you're wanting breakfast, well, that's the usual queue. Very, very busy on the morning. We just don't tend to have breakfast in a Disney hotel for that very reason. So it's very, very busy. So they actually do breakfast in both sides of the restaurant. So this is the Beaver Creek side. Entrance and exit over to the parks. And then Hunter's Grill at this side. So I think they take breakfast, as I say, from both sides of the restaurant. As I say, exceptionally busy. It's only 8:15 at the moment, and this is the queues for the breakfast. So just heading out now. This is the situation with the rain, unfortunately. It's actually only drizzling a bit now, so we're probably quite lucky because earlier on it was actually pouring it down, so fingers crossed it won't be too wet. But yeah, this is the grounds of Sequoia Lodge. And straight ahead of you, you just make your way over to security, which at the moment seems to be opening about 7:45. Sometimes of seasons it can be 8 o'clock, so anywhere between 7:45 to 8 o'clock at security, and then you head through the village to the parks. So this is our lodge just from the outside. So we're at the start of the lodge and then it literally goes the whole way down. But each of the lodges are quite big actually. and there's quite a few of them. Forgive me if I get the pronunciation wrong. I think it's Yosemite or something like that. So we're the second lodge away from the sort of reception area and the main facilities in the hotel. The first lodge is this one, just straight opposite the one we're staying in, which is the Yellowstone Lodge, which is what we've stayed at before. That's a really good area, to be honest. In all fairness, we actually asked if we could be in the Yellowstone Lodge because we've been in there previously, and it's the one nearest to the parks. But with the Yellowstone Lodge just being there, it's literally just opposite. Got the car park area here, and then our lodge, as I say, Yosemite, I think that's how you pronounce it, is that one there. So there isn't much difference between the two lodges, but these two are definitely the closest ones to the park. So that's definitely a top tip. If you know that you're staying in the lodges, basically, contact Disneyland Paris directly, as in contact the hotel, Sequoia Lodge. I will put a number on the screen now if you're interested, if you need to contact them. The number that I used to call them, so to call here directly at Sequoia Lodge to try and request a lodge that was nearest to the parks. As I say, Yellowstone Lodge is the one that I mentioned, but obviously it was a bit busy. They couldn't get us in there, so then we had the Yosemite Lodge instead. I hope I am pronouncing that right, but you'll get the gist. Obviously, if you're staying here, you'll see from the map and things like that of all of the lodges that you can stay in, but those two lodges are definitely the closest ones to the park, and they really just go on ahead. So this is the lodge that we're staying in, as I say, the Yosemite, and as you can see, the grounds just basically follow. So we've got other lodges around further down and everything, and they do stretch the whole way over to sort of Santa Fe area, so some of them can be much further away from the park. So as I say, ideally, if you're wanting to get a lodge closer to the park, then these are the two that are definitely closer to the parks and all the main facilities in reception and, you know, in the hotel itself. So yeah, definitely try and request either of these if you can. So as I say, using that telephone number, you just contact Sequoia Lodge ahead, give them your booking reference and say that you'd like to have a lodge closer to the park. That's obviously only if you're staying in the lodges. If you're staying in the main building, that has no relevance. You know, you just obviously get a room in the main building. You could actually use that same number to contact Sequoia Lodge if you were staying in the main building, if I'm honest, because I've done that as well. When we stayed last trip in the main building, I called that same number and actually requested a room nearer to reception, because obviously the main building in Sequoia is actually quite large, so if you were in the furthest rooms, you would find that it was going to be a lot longer to get, you know, out on a morning and in on a night and things such as that. You're further away from a lot of the facilities. So I did use that telephone number to actually request a room that was nearer to the reception facilities. So just heading out of our lodge there, this is the sign here. So obviously other lodges are further on ahead, and then we've got the pool, which is just over to the left, which I'll show you in a moment. The Yellowstone Lodge and the Yosemite Lodge, which are actually here. So I'll take you along just to show you now where the pool area is. So as I say, you're just taking that path there to either one of those lodges, Yellowstone or Yosemite. That path there to get to the further lodges, and this area here is all to do with the pool. So I did actually go to the pool with Emily the other day, actually when we first arrived really, so we went on an evening quite late on. But yeah, this is another lodge here, look, this is Big Sur Lodge. So I'm guessing actually, to be honest, this is another one, because it's only right opposite ours. So yeah, this is another one that's closer to the park, the Big Sur Lodge. So really, these three are going to be your perfect ones to go with if you were staying at the lodges. Any of those I think would be ideal. Really enjoy Sequoia Lodge pool. It's got a slide, it's lots of fun, just a really good sort of atmosphere and vibe, and on an evening it's really nice when it's all dark outside. Obviously in the summer months the outside pool is open as well, but it wasn't obviously open here for our trip this time. It's such a beautiful area here at Sequoia Lodge. It really is. You do actually feel like you've just been transported into the middle of woodlands. This area up here actually, so behind us are the lodges that I've been speaking about, the one we're staying in and the other two that are closest to the parks. And ahead of us here is the main building, and then there's an area here to the left hand side. I do remember taking lots of pictures and footage of Emily when she was younger here when we stayed in Sequoia Lodge, and this is a lovely area. And even in summer when you've got bright blue skies sort of at the backdrop of it, but even autumn, winter time, it's just such a lovely area here. It's the outside pool here at Sequoia Lodge, so the building is obviously all the indoor, and then all that bit there is all of the outdoor pool. But I'd say it's not open in the winter time. So that's how close the pool is to obviously our lodge, you know, just further behind, literally just a minute or two's walk, not far at all. This is the path area that takes you straight over to the lakeside and then onto security, to the parks, you know, the Disney Village and everything. So it really isn't far at all, because we've literally only come a couple of minutes walk, and then that's the way that you'd head to the parks. Alternatively, if you do need to go into the main building on a morning, if you've got breakfast or if you just want to fill your water bottles up, that's definitely a top tip. There's water in the reception area, there's a water machine so you can fill your water bottles up ready for the day. We do that on a morning and on a night. The water fountains haven't actually been working in the Disneyland Park or in the Studio Park this time. Usually, even in winter time, they usually have the ones down the arcade, so it's usually, I think it's the Liberty Arcade. As you're going into the park, it's the one on the left hand side. That one near the toilets, there's usually a water fountain there near the toilets that is definitely working in the winter time. And there has been other ones, so say near Ratatouille, there's one there in the studios, that is usually on in winter time. So there's usually definitely one in each park that is open and working. But this time we've noticed that there hasn't been any. The only one that there is, definitely a top tip, is head to Startos. Because when you come out of the ride, so you do the ride, you come out, and it's at the end of the corridor, so to the left at the end of the corridor there is a water fountain there and it's working. So every time we've gone on the ride we've filled our water bottles up. But here at Sequoia Lodge they have a water, it's not a water fountain, it's just a water machine for your water bottles. As I say, in reception you can't really miss it, it's right opposite the bar area. So that's again a top tip, you know, go fill your water bottles up on a morning or on an evening, because it'll definitely save you so much money in the park. Water is really expensive and we drink quite a lot of it, so it's definitely handy for us. And if you're wanting to come through to the main building, as I say, to fill your water bottles up, or indeed if you've got breakfast or anything, so rather than taking the path towards the park, you can come this way to the main building, which is just ahead. And just around this corner is the reception area, and the side of reception, and then further on is the main reception area and the luggage area and things such as that. So I'll just show you around that corner, and then we'll take a walk over to the lakeside, so I can show you just how far it is, you know, from the lodges, which as I say isn't far at all. So we just kind of come round in a circle because the lodges are just further behind there. And as I say, around this corner is where the reception area is. So the reception area is just there. So just to the right of this building, that's the side entrance. You go through, you do have to put your bags through the security, and then further ahead is the main reception area. But I'm going to take you back through here and take you back to the pathway that leads you over to the parks. I'm actually on my own this morning because I've left Emily and her dad just finishing off and getting the water from the main reception area. But I thought I'd just take you along with me. It can sometimes just be a little bit easier when you've not got everybody with you, you know, trying to film and things. So I've just set off just that little bit earlier to get through security and get to the parks. So we just take this path here, and then that just leads over to the lake. So I'll just show you around the corner. Definitely a top tip if some of your party basically wants to spend a little bit more time in the room or need a bit more time on a morning, definitely just send one person to the park, get a spot, you know, in the Disneyland Park or the studios before you enter, and then the other people can catch up with them later. That can be a way to get in just that little bit faster. So this, as I say, this is just the pathway here which leads you straight out onto the lake. It looks beautiful this morning. So we've got the balloon just ahead, Newport Bay to the left, and Hotel New York there to the right. And then you want to be heading straight that way through security into Disney Village. So now welcome to the room tour here in the lodges at Sequoia Lodge. Now previously on our other video on our channel we have actually done a room tour and around the facilities in Sequoia Lodge when we stayed in the main building. This is in the lodges, obviously it is slightly different, but the room tour is pretty much the same. It's set out the same, it has the same facilities, but just for the purpose of this video, because other people may not have checked out our earlier video, I thought I'd just run around quickly quickly, well, not run around, but you know what I mean, take you around just quickly with some of the facilities here in the lodges, show you the view, etc., just so that you get an idea what it's like to stay in one of the lodges here at Sequoia Lodge at Disneyland Paris. Look what we've got checking into Sequoia Lodge. Look at these lovely freebies that we've got. So we've got a Disneyland Paris 30th little sort of pouch, even like a makeup bag or whatever you want to use it for. And then these lovely lanyards with Disneyland Paris 30th on. And some chocolates. Wow. We weren't expecting this when we arrived to Sequoia Lodge. So just come back to the room in Sequoia Lodge, in one of the lodges. And we've got these on the bed. So the lovely maid must have left those. And then also one of these collectible stories as well. Bambi themed, obviously, with it being Sequoia Lodge. But just little touches like this. We've not had this before, so I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, it's lovely at the moment. We're coming back to little things like this. So the second night of our stay here in Sequoia Lodge, we've got another little story, collectible story. Oh, with Thumper on that one. And some more chocolate coins. Starting with the amazing theming. So we've got the wonderful Bambi picture there. Obviously Sequoia Lodge rooms are all Bambi themed. You've got the borders up at the top with Thumper and Bambi and a flower. Lovely theming. It's a really cosy room, a cosy hotel is this one. I mean, one thing I would say is something I'll show you as I'm going around, but some things are a little bit dated for definite. I think this will be our last time in Sequoia Lodge for a little while. I think we'll be tempted to try one of the other hotels. Obviously, we've done quite a few of the hotels, the Disney hotels before, and I think the theming in Santa Fe is amazing. Newport Bay is just beautiful. So I think we'll probably be staying in one of the other hotels next time. So you've got the bed areas here, just a little drawer, obviously telephone if you need anything from reception, etc. So nothing really much to note in this area. One thing I would say is this time staying in the lodges, the beds have definitely not been very comfortable at all. I don't know if these specific sort of lodges that we're staying in have really old beds. I'm not entirely sure. From memory, so a couple of trips that we've done back in, well, about 5-6 years ago, we stayed in the lodges, we stayed in the Yellowstone Lodge, and the beds were really comfortable. I didn't find them uncomfortable like I have this trip. And our last trip in the main building, I definitely slept really well. The beds were really comfortable. But these beds this time, don't get me wrong, I've definitely slept, because who doesn't sleep on a Disney night? Because realistically speaking, you're so tired from being around the parks all day. I definitely sleep well. It's not that I don't sleep. I've definitely noticed that almost like springs into my sort of thigh leg area, where when I'm turning over in the night or on a morning when I wake up, that I've just felt quite uncomfortable, if I'm honest. So the beds for us have definitely not been that comfortable. My husband agreed, he'd said the same thing. As I say, we've slept well because we've been tired, but when you wake up in the morning you can kind of feel uncomfortable. Me and my husband have felt exactly the same. Emily's been absolutely fine. Obviously as a teenager she sleeps really well anyway. She hasn't been uncomfortable in the bed. She said that everything's been fine for her. So maybe it's me and my husband just getting older, who knows. But I don't think the beds have felt as comfortable as the main building, for definite. Some of the facilities here in the lodges, the same as the main building. You get a kettle, a standard, and a coffee machine, really easy to use. And you get a drawer full. Obviously ours is empty because we're leaving, this is the last day. But you do get coffee pods here, milks, teas, all that type of thing. So they do get stocked each day. You don't actually get much milk. I have said that on our previous video when we were in the main building. So definitely ask at reception if you want some more milk, or if you want any more cups. That's the other thing. The cups that they actually leave here near the kettle and the coffee machine, they only leave sort of 2 biggish cups and some little tiny ones. There's 3 of us. It's never been enough, so I've had to ask at reception. I actually brought some disposable cups with me, like paper cups, because I did have a feeling that they wouldn't be enough. And I'm wishing now that I just brought some sort of plastic cups or something that we could just wash out in the room, you know, with some antibacterial wipes or something, rinse them out, because that would have just been a lot easier. So top tip, if you've got any sort of cups that are like plastic that you could wipe out and keep reusing, that would be perfect. Make sure they're small enough though in terms of putting them in the coffee machine. Or alternatively, I suppose you could do the pod into the paper cup and then tip it into your own cups. Potentially you could use it that way, but they definitely don't provide enough paper cups. So either bring your own paper cups, or ask at reception most of the days to obviously replenish them. They do bring them each day. It's just that if there's more than 2 of you, I personally don't feel there's enough cups. There's definitely enough coffee and tea, but there's definitely not enough milk or cream that they give you to go with the coffee or tea. So again, I bring with me lots of little sort of UHT milks just in case. I'm glad I did, but I also asked at reception for some more. So that's something that you'll definitely have to know. If you want a hot drink in the room and you like quite a lot of milk or cream in your coffee, you will need to ask at reception to get extra. I actually left a note for the maid one day just to ask for some extra things, and she did put them in. So again, you could leave a little note for the maid, ask at reception, or just bring a few things from home yourself if you're already aware that this situation may happen for you. Not many plug sockets, if I'm honest, you know, power sections. We have got a sort of a multi-way plug that will charge quite a lot of things in one go. So for us, it hasn't been a massive issue, but for some people it definitely is. That's something that definitely needs to be improved in Sequoia Lodge. We've then got 3 really big drawers, pretty much all of our things fitted in here, clothes and packing cubes and other items that we brought with us. You do get water provided when you first arrive. I've just left them there, to be honest, because we've just got water in our own water bottle, so I haven't used them. There's just sort of leaflets and things just about the hotel and services. I'm not entirely sure if they do replenish the water because we haven't used it, but we did use it in the main building and they didn't replenish it for us. So I'm not entirely sure if you used it that you'd get some more. Obviously I can't answer that, but as I say, we haven't actually used it. We just got water, you know, in our bottles. The views are absolutely amazing though from the lodges. You get some wonderful views here. It just looks stunning. Obviously, just to feel like you're in sort of in the middle of the wilderness, etc. It's such a lovely cosy feeling here at Sequoia Lodge, and particularly in the lodges. But as I say, for us, I think the beds are uncomfortable. I don't know, I think because we've stayed in Sequoia Lodge such a lot, it has been one of my favourites over time. But I think personally, if we can get Newport Bay just for a little bit more money, I think I'd choose that. Other than that, I would go for Santa Fe, personally, just for maybe our next sort of trips. I'm not saying that we've got any more trips planned, but we do have a Disney channel here on Disney Brownies, and if you've been watching us for a while, you're probably pretty certain we will have more trips coming up, guys. So fear not, we're definitely going to be in Disneyland Paris again. I wouldn't say quite soon, but reasonably soon. I've not told Emily anything, but we've definitely got more trips planned for 2024. I'm not going to show too much of the bathroom because we've got sort of rubbish in the bin and towels on the floor, so it looks a little bit messy on leaving. But the bath, pretty standard bath, standard toilet behind. What I would say is areas like this, if you look, excuse the clicking noise then, that was just my knee. What were we talking about getting older? Here you can see that like the bath, you know, the side panels of the bath, that's all sort of loose, it's fallen down. There's definite areas that need a lot of TLC around the bath, you know, the sealant, the tiles. It's looking a bit tired for definite. The room we had in the main building, I don't think looked as tired as this one. So I definitely think in the lodges, I think it is something that is starting to look, you know, very dated. So I can understand what people are talking about when they say that. Here, you just got the standard safe. You're getting all of the Disney hotels. Lots of space here. We use this to put bags on and lots of other bits and pieces. And then just the standard sink area here. Obviously, that's usually filled with towels. The soap that you can use is in the bathroom. Near the bath there is like a shower gel which you can use that as soap. We actually brought our own hand wash as well. So yeah, just standard facilities. You've got the hairdryer. I don't really rate the Disney Hotel hairdryers. I do bring my own just because I find they dry hair a little bit better. Full length mirror there. Always useful when you're getting yourself ready. And the heating. Now, I would definitely say usually we've actually been absolutely boiling in Sequoia Lodge, in the main building, all the lodges. Usually it's very cosy, very warm. This trip, I've definitely not found it very warm at all. I've had the heating turned up and I've still not been very warm. Me and Emily have been really cold. Her dad hasn't been too bad, so I don't know if it's just us and something else to maybe bear in mind, but usually the rooms are very, very warm. As I say, just this trip, we've not found that. Definitely subscribe to our channel here at Disney Brownies. We've got lots more Disney videos to come, lots more coming your way that hopefully you find really interesting, gives you a bit of information, top tips at Disneyland Paris here, and hopefully just lots of fun. Disney videos every single week, Friday at 4 PM. So we've got lots more to come, we've got lots on the channel already. I really hope you've enjoyed the video here at Sequoia Lodge, in the lodges here. As I say, we've stayed in the main building before and I probably prefer the main building to the lodges this time, but you know, who knows, everyone finds things different, don't they? So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, hope you've enjoyed everything about Sequoia Lodge. Definitely give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.